Okay, I'm gonna make my little argument. Whoa, shit, what did I just do? Here's my argument against comedians. Nobody attacks comedians. What's with that? Comedians are useless. And that's because laughter happens, real laughter, two times in your life. One where you've hit the lowest point you can possibly go and something silly happens. That's when you have that gut-wrenching laughter where you're just like laughing until you can't deal with breathing any longer. The other time is when you're a kid and you encounter a joke or a series of jokes. But that's it. That's when laughter happens. Now, giggling happens much more often. Every time you go to a comedy club and you listen to their jokes and you giggle along, that's pleasant. But so is sex. Comedians should be illegal until sex workers can do their jobs. It's essentially like pooping. Let plumbers experience the realities of a closed market. All the crime, all the fear of cops chasing you down. Comedians are equivalent to sex workers and plumbers because comedians peddle in shit. And as they offer their shit to you over and over, you get reminded of that moment when you were at your lowest and something silly made you laugh. But you never get to that point again. You can have extreme giggles. I'm not saying that comedians can't be funny. It's just their funniness is like irrelevant because anyone can be funny. Anybody can be silly enough to be a comedian. It's no like accomplishment. And that's why I have beef with Seinfeld because he makes it into, he lives a life as if comedy is all you need. And that would be like a plumber living a life that poop is all you need. Like it's just, that's it. Like you come to somebody's house, you're not doing anything else. And so, hey, do you want to poop? I could totally fix your toilet if after you do it. You could poop and then even let a real one out. Just poop like a pound of flesh to the point where you can't flush it anymore. And then I've got the solution. That's how I see humor. That's the level where you should see humor as something to approach in moderation, not something to spend your life focusing on and chasing. But thank goodness comedians exist. I'm not saying that they're essential and totally irrelevant. It's like a plumber. Thank goodness they exist. But then also like a chef. It's good they exist, but they're irrelevant. You don't need 4-course dinner meals all the time. You just have a few food experiences where you're like, wow, that was nutritional. And then you need to focus your life on other things. Because we're getting too selective. We're getting too limited. For instance, we limit YouTubers. If you're a YouTuber, then you have to be focusing on views and fame and elbow rubbing with all the other people. Like you have to become like a needy little sycophant, babying their audience into a worthless giggle. And people start enjoying that as if it's more significant than poop. Like I was saying, you need to have moderation in all things, not just that kind of shit. What is my larger point? There is no larger point. Life is good. Enjoy it. You don't need, you're better than whatever it is that you like the most in life. If you like comedy, you're better than comedy. There's no joke that is superior to you. This should be humanism's like main focus, is that your existence as a happy individual in life, and some people have a tough time and they're sad and they need to be giggling to remind themselves that they're a happy person. But everybody is naturally, as a baby, a happy thing, with parents that love and with the feelings of love for parents and family. And that's just part of human nature. There's nothing special about it. So whatever little category you're in, break out. You're bigger than food. If all you do is watch Food Network and you're a chef and you're happy that way, part of me says great, that's fine. But part of me wants to say, are you confused? Did you think that maybe the chocolate truffle was a bigger deal than your existence? Did you get like that feeling like maybe a good meal is just better than life? and at some point you'll reach a point where, oh man, it's time for my final meal because I've maxed out on the food eating lifestyle and I'm ready to just end it, like, because food is better than being me. A person in their natural state is happy. And that's why it hurts. It doesn't hurt when Louis C.K. masturbates at somebody. I'm not hurt by that. Look, it's not appropriate. If I had like a Louis C.K. face on a paddle, I would show it every once in a while and then show the image of a penis below it. And then I would like pull a CK. Hey, can I do this to you? Can I do this? Is that okay? I hope you say yes because oh, thank you. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. That's the CK. But Robin Williams was a legend. Ms. Doubtfire. I didn't like Jumanji, but Dead Poet Society. The Psychiatrist with Kevin with Spacey, where he's a legend. He was hilarious time after time, and he killed himself. And that's because this message never reached him. He never realized that basic humanist message. And secular humanism is just humanism that's been annoyed by religion. So if you're afraid of secular humanism, there are people out there that are, because they're idiots. Because God doesn't exist, obviously. Of course he doesn't. But what? Anyway, this basic message that being a human is a good thing at its core, and that's a simple concept to master, even if you are as impenetrably dumb as I am. I thought I would change my name to nigger and become more popular. That's dumb. That is evidence of a kind of stupidity that very few people can match. But I'm smart enough to have finally realized at the age of 39, this is my first time realizing it. So I'm shouting the gospel, baby. I am informing my colleagues that there needs to be a study by some other peer that confirms this finding. That's the scientific equivalent of spreading the gospel. Or I'm just writing this recipe for the first time. Or I'm inventing a bidet.